Hello everyone, back with another one. We are on to the next build. Right now you're on the 51, I think it is, International. But now, that one is gone. As you can see, there's already another frame back here. This is how it came to us. We are actually finishing somebody else's project. So let's take a look. Like before, it is not an International, it's a Dodge Dakota. Now I'm going to tell you why everybody uses these. Simple answer. Rack and pinion. That is the only reason. The S10s have the steering box right here. Makes it really hard to put a body on it. So always go with the Dakota. Which actually, I think I just seen... Is this a V8? This is a V8. I thought this was a V6 the whole time. This is probably a Magnum V8. And what's going on top of this? Here you go. A Ford. This is a 50, I think it's a 455 Ford F100 cab, front end. Bed is not here yet. They are bringing it to us when we are ready. But, as I said, they already cut it. This was is this an extended cab? I think this might have been an extended cab too. No, this is a standard cab. Seat goes here. No, it probably would have been like, I don't know. Who cares? It's cut up. Let's cut it up the rest of the way. Still have to cut this top off. I have to cut this off. Their floor is pretty bad. I'm probably gonna have to scrape some of this rust off and hit it with some kind of primer. That's up to them though if they want me to do that. But right now I am stripping out the gauges, which I already took off. So I need to strip off the top, I call it the air conditioning up here, the air vent. It's got to come out. Then the top gets put back on. And then once all that's gutted out from underneath the dash, we start playing fitment. So today is Monday the 1st. I want to do this in 2 weeks. That's what I'm shooting for. This is our wall of fame, by the way. Well, not mine so much. I've only been here for like 4 of these, which I don't even think are up there. Yeah, I was here from that one. Yeah, but anyway, that's the boss's wall of fame there. But yes, today is Monday, April the 1st. I want this done by, can we say rod run? I mean, I'm not taking it to rod run, but I bet these people would love it if I have it done by rod run for them. That's what I'm going to shoot for. I'm going to go hard. Put in some longer hours and get this thing ready. But keep watching. And before I go, don't forget to check out and get some of the big guy swag on there. It's going to help with my build and possibly even help me to build one of these one day. Let's call them a resto mod, because it's not a rat rod, it's more of a resto. So check out my swag. It is now the end of day 2. I'm getting very close to already having the body on. If you look in here, you can see where there's a lot of cuts still to be made. The floors and everything still got to be cut a lot over there. But I've got it close. It's still got to come forward more on the firewall and down, of course. But it is going to be fun, which I just realized this is a V8, to fit this short front end onto that big front clip. This is how I'm marking out my, depth and everything for the center of the wheels. Marking the center of my rims to where when it's on, it's perfectly lined up. So it's not too bad. End of day 2. As I said, I'm shooting for the end of 2 weeks. And we're right on schedule here, going quick. I would like to, by the end of the week, Friday, to already be welding, if not have the body welded on, and the front clip starting to test fit it. But still a long way to go. A lot of cutting still. So here's where we are at now. The gas tank that was in it was too big, and it was causing the cab not to set down all the way. So Dodge Dakotas actually have these little baby tanks. I mean, that's like 15 gallons. That's probably like a boat tank's how big it is. But that's what you got to use. And you can see it's sitting down close now onto the frame and everything. And big gap in the back. I'm gonna have to probably cut that, flatten it down, and weld it to the back. I just got it tacked, screwed in right now. I am just setting it up to be prepared for me to weld it all in. Firewall's tacked all the way across. There's no gap through there. This, I got a little bit of a big gap on there. It's no biggie. I can fix it. The other side actually fits relatively awesome. Perfect. Yeah. Good enough gap there to weld on. The bottom, there's a little bit of a big gap, but no biggie. They can all be fixed. What takes the longest really is setting up the back and forth to make sure your fenders are going to line up dead center. Left and right on the frame, which the back of this has no choice but to sit dead center because it is dead on the frame. But the front's a little bit more difficult. You gotta use some measurements off of the frame to get it left and right. But basically, I marked everything before. There's a hole. You can see a black line. There's a hole a little bit off to the right of it. That's dead center of the cab. So, just a lot of pushing and pulling left and right to try to get it to line up perfectly. And that's what I've been doing. Now, as soon as I get everything perfect, I will go ahead and start welding it in. It's looking pretty good so far. Now I know right now it looks high, but once we put the running boards on it, it's only going to be about 5 inches off the ground. Like the bottom running board comes to like here. So, not to mention these are huge 15-inch tires. So, and they're going to put bigger ones, bigger rims with smaller tires. So it'll be a little bit higher, but not that much higher. So yeah, it's coming together. So after a long day yesterday, I have now started welding the floor in. This handle's all janky, but yeah, gotta make some little patch panels for both sides. Gotta make a hole patch for back here. Then the front's gonna be a nightmare. Here's the front. As you can see, huge McGapping down through there. I still have the firewall screwed in, most of it. Over here, even bigger gap. But once we pull the steering wheel up to where it's gonna be, that gap will close. What was I thinking here? Something else. Oh, we have our tires lined up to where our center mark comes off of this bolt hole here to here, and it's like 15 inches. So that's lined up with the, front fenders. We're gonna have to like literally lift the whole front end up and slide it down over top the radiator and core support. That's the only way it's gonna fit on there. It won't be able to slide in and out. It's gonna be a fight the whole way on that one. But yeah, lots of metalworking to do today. Time to crank it up and kill it.